We've all had the dream of having a lot of money, doing whatever we want, and just that feeling of being rich. Now, some of us, we inherit money, but a lot of us have to strive for that and properly manage our money. And so that's what I'm going to inform you guys on today. I'm going to inform you on how to properly budget your money, save it, build good credit, and also I'm going to touch on putting money towards a retirement fund. My first point that I want to get out to you guys is to budget your money. Create a monthly budget on your necessary expenses. Now, your necessary expenses are going to be, your rent or your mortgage, your car payments if you have one, your cell phone payments, utilities that come along with the mortgage or the rent. Just necessary expenses like that, groceries. We're all going to have necessary expenses that we need to pay each month, and it's important to write these down. Maybe keep it on a piece of paper or set it on a spreadsheet on your computer. It's important to have a monthly budget so you know and you can physically see what you're going to be spending each and every month. Now, going along with budgeting, I'm going to touch on saving. You want to save a lot of money. So you're going to have this money that you're going to budget, and then the leftover money, what do you do with it? I like to put about every paycheck, about 10 to 15% of each and every paycheck, just put it aside in savings. Put all the money aside in your savings account right away on the day that you get paid. That way you don't see it. You really aren't, you're not used to having the money, and you're not going to miss it because you don't see it and you're not used to having that. It's just set aside in savings and it's there. Now, a savings account, it's important to build up because it's essentially there for an emergency. If a lot of maintenance comes with your vehicles, your cars. You want to, if something goes wrong and it needs to be taken into the shop, you want to have a good, strong savings account behind you so that you know that you have, you're financially stable to, go through and get your maintenance done on your car. But it's important to just build up an emergency fund of at least 3 months of expenses. Now, those expenses that you budget for, it's important to have that, for about 3 months in your savings account. In this economy, a lot of people are getting laid off or fired. It's important to have an emergency savings so that you know that you're good to get by for at least 3 months. Very important to have a good savings account and just always keep saving. If you have 3 months, go for 4, go for 5. Set goals that you need to get to. Always have savings. Next, it's important to build credit. You've heard that no credit is better than bad credit, and it really is. You want to build good credit, and this credit is going to help you with getting loans. Your interest rates are going to be lower on loans. That goes same for buying cars. You'll get down to no interest if you have good credit on a car, and it also is huge in the real estate business. So buying your first home or your dream home, just buying property, having good credit is very important, and it will let you have extremely low interest rates, so you won't end up paying more on that property basically. To build good credit, those necessary expenses that go along with your budget, you want to pay those bills on time. You want to pay them on time every month, preferably even a couple days early. So with that, you organize your due dates. With that, so you want to maybe have a calendar or put it in your phone where you can physically see when these payments are due so that you have it right in front of you. Maybe get those payments out, like I said, a couple days early. That way you're not worried about them getting there late. They're always going to be on time. That is going to help. One missed payment will essentially kill your credit. It's very bad to have a late payment. Another way to build good credit is you can start with a small credit card. Go to your bank and get a minimum limit credit card. My first credit card, the credit card I have, has a $500 limit, so I can charge up to $500 on it, and then it will not allow me to charge any more. And then, like I touched on earlier, pay that off every month, on time, every month. You want to pay that off, and that's going to help you towards building good credit. You pay more than the minimum on credit cards if you have a higher limit credit card. Say you have a credit card that allows you to have $4,000 worth of charges. Say you have a minimum payment due each month of say $50. You have a $50 minimum. You want to pay more than the $50 minimum. Interest rates on credit cards are very, very high, and if you don't pay them more than the minimum, say you pay the minimum every month, you're going to end up paying a lot more because those interest rates are going to come through every single month until that credit card is paid off. So you're going to be ending up paying a lot more money in the long run. So if you have $50 minimum, maybe pay $100 or $150 on that credit card. That way it just takes away from that, and the interest rate's still going to be the same, but it's not going to have a higher base number to get its percentage on and kind of eat at your wallet. So always pay more than the minimum on your credit cards. The interest is very high, and pay those on time. Once again, I can't stress enough, pay bills on time. Another way to properly manage your money, and probably one of the biggest ways it's getting free money, is putting money away in a retirement fund. A lot of jobs that you can find have 401ks, and if a lot of those match dollar for dollar up to a certain amount. So if you put $250 or $500 into a 401k every single month, a lot of 401ks are going to match that dollar for dollar. So you put in $500, they're going to put in an additional $500 every month for your retirement fund. And retirement funds also have interest, so that money is going to be gaining interest and grow exponentially as time goes on. So it is very important to have a retirement plan. Now, a retirement plan, you put your money in there, you cannot touch it until you are 60 or 65 years old. You cannot touch it. If you do, it will be penalized greatly, and it was essentially for nothing. So put money in retirement funds, just let it build on itself, put money in every month, and then when you're 55, 60, 65 years old, you're going to really, really see the benefits of you putting that money into a retirement fund. That's very important and a very good thing to do as soon as you get that first paycheck with your job. My biggest point to properly manage your money, along with budgeting, saving your money, building good credit, and putting money in a retirement fund, is to start right now. You want to start right now rather than later. That way, like I said, a lot of these accounts have interest